Okay. Right, 3 of you on. Good morning. Am I the right way up? Hang on, I'm just going to check the computer. Yes, I am. I'm the right way up. This is good. Not how I had the camera set up to start with. This is still very much a learning curve, but there you go. Good morning. It's Lisa Cornwall, Crunch Crafts. It's 5 to 11 and we're just setting up to go live to... I've got a great project to show you this morning, actually, which is courtesy of a demonstrator called Amanda. I found her... I'd seen the card before, was looking for a tutorial, and hers is the one that came up. There were lots of others, but I found hers quite easy to follow. So I will also sort out a tutorial for this, which will be up later on. I've got quite a lot to do this week. I've got videos to do, blog posts to do, etc, etc. So there will be stuff going on. It may take me a while, but bear with me. We had a major disaster a couple of weeks ago. I've been without a computer for about a week and a half, so we've just got the new one set up and it's ready to go, and we're slowly I'm catching up on everything that I've missed out on. I didn't realise how much I use technology, actually. So yeah, so that's kind of it. I hope you all had a good weekend. I went to my mum's and socially distanced and saw my mum and dad. The dogs don't know what social distancing is, so they were immediately all over their skin grandparents, if you like, and especially as my dad had shortbread, so they thought that was rather cool as well. So they really enjoyed being over there. My mum's got a gorgeous garden, the flowers were beautiful. Her peony is absolutely stunning. I wish I'd inherited her green fingers. I really struggle in the garden, but her garden is so beautiful. It was a pleasure to sit the opposite end from them and to be in that garden and have a cup of tea with them, which was really lovely. I took them over some bits and pieces, and I've regularly been sending my mum a card or a little box of happiness with something nice in it, just to let her know that I'm missing her. She's only sort of 3/4 of an hour down the road, and normally we see each other once, twice a week. Always have coffee at least once a week, and catch up, and you know, she's my biggest support network, to be honest, and I really miss her, and I know she's really missing us, and she's missing the kids. What was really nice yesterday was my son did a round robin trip and went to the supermarket, queued and picked up some flowers, and he took each of his nans some flowers yesterday, which was really lovely. Dropped them on the doorstep, rang the doorbell, and socially distanced, and just let them know he was thinking of them, so that was really nice. Yeah, so that's kind of been our weekend. We got the grass cut and bits and pieces, so that was quite good. Obviously I didn't cut grass. Amy's boyfriend did that for me. They're very good. They help me because obviously they know I can't do these things. So yeah, so that's kind of what our weekend's been like. We've the weekend seems to blur into the days. I wonder if you're finding the same thing, although I'm now on a countdown because obviously we're nearing the end of the month. The 3rd of June is rapidly approaching, and I'm really excited about the new catalogue. I did a live unboxing yesterday, so there were some sneak peeks. Perhaps you saw it, perhaps you didn't. If you didn't see it, it is on my YouTube channel. Please find me on YouTube and subscribe. The more subscribers I get, once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to go live on YouTube as well, and not just be able to do upload videos. So I really need to get that to 1,000, because then I'll be able to do lives on there as well, which will be brilliant. So I'm quite looking forward to that. I think I've got the top of my head cut off with the camera the way it is, but there you go. I can't move the stand too much, it confuses me. So that's my that's been my thing. I just wanted to say thank you very much for this. This arrived this morning. It's a little thank you card from a customer. I'm randomly selecting customers that order my coffee and card in your home boxes, and I'm doing personal deliveries on some of them. Obviously the ones that are too far away I can't do, but some of them. So I did a few last week because the boxes were in it, and I can't do many because otherwise it takes so long to get the boxes out to everybody. So don't feel left out if I posted your box. I wanted you to get your boxes in a timely fashion. So this card has come from my friend Shirley, who almost burst into tears when she saw me on the doorstep with a smile. I love my ladies to bits. I'm missing my coffee and card ladies terribly, and I know they are missing the interaction with each other and just getting together and having a chat and a coffee. And I'm loving the fact that they're joining in the Facebook Lives. We've also got a coffee and card social group, and they're on Facebook and they're joining in and they're posting things, which is really good. So I just, I'm missing everybody. I want everybody to stay safe. I want everybody to stay well. And, I just want everybody to stay safe and well. I don't want anybody to get this awful virus. So, but there you go. So I'll keep doing what I'm doing at home. Hopefully that's kind of doing my bit and keeping you all safe and occupied. And I wish there was a whole heap more I could do, but there you go. So let's turn the camera down and get started on today's project, because it's quite a nice project actually, and then and there's a lot to it, and then hopefully it will inspire you for the day. Right, I'm just going to stick a post-it note over the camera and we'll turn you down and around. Just bear with me. Down. Oh, post-it notes come off. Right, I'm hoping, hang on, it takes some shuffling of this arm if I've moved it, and I did. Right, hang on a bit. Glad you can't see that, my tongue's out. Right, there we go. Okay, so let's put my post-it note back up there. Take a slurp of my tea. Right, so we're in focus now, so we can see what we're doing. So that's an interesting pile on my desk, isn't it? So let's put my glasses down, because now I can see that. Click that so I can see that. Oh, I know the volume's down. Oops, hang on. I've got this on the computer as well, so I can see what's going on. Right, this is today's project. I absolutely love it. It's a 3D project, look, you can see. And if I show you, it stands up. How cool is that? I love it. As I said, it's by a lady called Amanda. She's done the sizes. I've seen them by other people. Over the years, I've seen lots of different examples. So basically, this is one piece of card. Then this is another. And then you decorate it. So we're not going to do the same design today. So this is the Magnolia Lane DSP, which is retiring, and this is the little stamp set that we used the other day. I love this. I want to show you, I also made hang on, let me show you, a box envelope to put it in. How do you look twice at the... Tracy, sorry darling, I can't see what you're saying for a minute. The camera's over the top of it. Morning, Shell. So this is a box envelope. It's made using the envelope punch board, and it just kind of tucks into there like that, and then your card would go in it. But I'm going to work out a way, because obviously we don't sell the envelope punch board anymore. I'm going to work out a way to show you how to make those without the envelope punch board, using our school board. Right, we're using a stamp set today. We're using the Sailing Home. It is carrying forward, but not as a bundle. So if you want this and the dies, you do need to order it before the end of the month to get your bundle price. You're saving 10%. So that's really worth doing. Right, okay, hang on, I'm live, Tom. Thank you, darling, very much. Tom's just been and done some post for me. What a little angel. And he's got my proof of posting. Right, so we're using that. Let's put the card to one side, because I want to show you this as well. Let's move that. This is, I did share the link on my page. This is the COVID-19 PDF download from Stampin' Up. And there's links everywhere. I don't earn any commission out of this, and every single bit of the $9.99 goes through to the two very large world organisations that are on the ground helping with COVID-19 projects. So this is really important. The Stampin' Up Angel policy still applies. If you're going to use this and sell cards with it, it's really worth it. Anyway, I'm just going to whiz through the download. Mine's in the wrong order, but there you go. There's lots of bits in there, and it all comes printed out. As you can see, lots and lots of bits. You know, we're in this together. I miss your face. Sending paper hugs. Thank you, hero. Though something apart. Hang on. Though something apart. We're close at heart. You know, lots of different. Share sunshine. Sending love and support. And it all prints out in colour. Sending hugs. I can't wait to hug you when all this is all over. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. You know, lots of, I love this one. I changed out my night pyjamas into my J pyjamas to send you this card. That's so appropriate at the moment. Miss you, hoping that by staying home more, things change more than my pyjamas. There's lots of different ones. It is really great. I haven't used many. Well, I've used about half a dozen. And I'm slowly working my way through it. Your punches will punch some of them out. You can cut others out, so it's really cool. It's a great download and I'm going to be using it. So today we're going to be using one of those on our card along with the Sailing Home. So let's pop those out the way. So this is, as I said, this is the card we're doing. Just pop that there. I'm very nervous this morning again, which is, you know, my stomach is like a washing machine. Can't eat before I do these. It makes me feel really sick. So the first thing we're going to do is, the only stamp we're using out the Sailing Home is the gorgeous Lighthouse. So let's, and I'm using the Night of Navy ink pad. So let's open my ink pad. Gently tap your ink. And I'm going to stamp my lighthouse. If you can hear from upstairs, that's my children. I am really, really sorry. But there you go. Right, I'm going to grab a pair of snips and I'm just going to fussy cut this one. There is not room on my little desk for my big shot, because unfortunately at the moment I am using my A4 big shot, because my little one finally, after 7 years of abuse in all my classes, my coffee and card, at home, everywhere, it's been dropped more times than I care to remember. It's had new handles. Finally, the gears went and it kind of blew up on me. So I'm desperately waiting for us to launch our new die cutting machine. There is a pair. They are in the new catalogue. So when you get your new catalogue this week, you will be able to see them. They are lovely. I'm really, really excited by it, which is great. Yeah, so that's quite good. While I'm doing this, if you notice, I am moving the paper and not really my scissors when I want to cut anything. That's the best way to do it. Somebody has just left my dogs out into the hallway, so I'm really sorry if you can hear that. So that's good. Sorry, that was my daughter. Let's just move the stand slightly, shall we? See if you can see more. I had my fussy cutting close to me, so she's come in to tell me and then sworn at me. So I do apologise. They have no appreciation. And now the dogs are in the hallway, so you'll be able to hear them scratching. Right, so sorry. Right, my big shot is before I joined SU. Must be 10 to 12 years old. Baz, I wish mine was still going. Right, so you can hear the dogs, so I'm really sorry about this. So the image that I'm using from the COVID-19 share is, I totally share my toilet paper with you. Obviously not used. I'd totally give you a roll of toilet paper if you needed it and I had it. Clean, obviously. So I'm just going to finish fussy cutting this and bring this like this. Hang on. It's very difficult when I'm used to working so close to me to have to do fussy cutting, actually, because I was one of those people at school that when you had your paper on the desk and you were writing, my head was almost right down to the paper, not because there was anything wrong and I needed glasses, but because that was the way I worked. And I tend to really do my fussy cutting quite close to me as well. So there you go. So I've done most of it. So that's the last bits of that. So as you can see, that's supposed to be a roll of toilet paper. But there you go. So those are the two bits, right? I've got all my card bits here, right? And I'll explain to you, and we're going to need the trimmer. So I'll explain to you what you need to do. Amy, if you are watching, could you come and put the dogs in the kitchen because they're scratching at the lounge door? So we're going to need, and this is all in centimetres, very out of my comfort zone, but there you go. So we're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 10.5 centimetres wide by the length of your A4. Now I do know that that's 4¼ inches. Double check that. Yeah, 4¼ just under 4¼ inches. It's 4 1/8 actually, 4 1/8, and by the length of your A4. And we are going to score this in centimetres. Okay, I'm really sorry, because if you can hear them, I can hear them, which I know that you can. So I'm really sorry. I'm going to spend my morning apologising for this. I can see this happening. So, oops, just knocked my post-it notes over where I had them. So we're going to score this, very unusually for me, in centimetres. I do apologise for the sound upstairs. At 14 centimetres. Let's open the arm out. 17 centimetres. 22 centimetres. And 25 centimetres. Just to double check that's right. Okay. So that's the first bit. So you've got 4 score lines. Okay. My cardstock is a bit, but there you go. It'll be covered up. So you're then going to need a second piece of card. Let's put all my bits to one side. And this second piece of card, this is your piece of card, now this is the front panel, and it's 14 centimetres long by 6.5 centimetres. So you are going to need to score this at 1. So I'm just going to close this again. And I'm going to work this way for a minute to do the 1 score line. So I'm going to need to score it at 1. Okay. And turn it round. I didn't score it very well. It was off the paper. Hang on. Oh, that's because it's not in properly. 1. Helps if the actual equipment is set up properly, doesn't it? And 4. Okay, so those are my score lines. That's the only score lines you're going to need. So let's pop that out the way. Okay, and you're going to need some DSP. So this is the back panel. So if I show you, this is this panel. Okay, and this piece is 10 centimetres by 8.5 centimetres. You're then going to need, for this panel, a piece that's like this. Okay, and this is 6 centimetres wide by 11.5 centimetres long, and you are then going to trim off 2.5 centimetres at the top. You are then going to need this panel and this panel. Okay, and this one is 10 centimetres by 7 centimetres, and then again you're going to cut 2.5 centimetres. Okay, so I'm going to pop that to one side and we'll be able to make our card. I've got my glue, we've done our stamping. I need my bone folder. So we're going to mountain fold absolutely every one, and you need really crisp folds on this, every one of these. Okay, like this. Now this is going to fold like this. Okay, it does not go right to the bottom. If you put it right to the bottom, it's not level. It is slightly up. It will naturally go. Okay, so can you see there is a small gap? So the first thing we're going to do is glue this down. Okay, I like Tombow for stuff like this because it's wet and it means you've got some wiggle room. Okay, right. So I'm going to fold that in and line it up. Stand it up to make sure it's a bit flat. Right, and I'm just going to use my bone folder to press that down. Okay, each side. so you can see that it's stuck down, and there is the gap. Can you see the gap? Just a little gap. There, look. Okay, and again a little gap that side. So there is the base of your card. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our back panel just like that onto there. Let's find, so these are my lovely daubers. The brown one is, hang on, let's put that one back, otherwise I'll use it. So I'm going to grab my Night of Navy, pop it on my finger, open my ink pad. Oh, sorry, that was a horrible noise. And I'm just going to go around the edge of this, like we've done before, just to, I like to finish it off and get rid of the white edges in your cut DSP. The cardstock doesn't have that because we ink all the way through the cardstock. So the cardstock is literally saturated with ink all the way through. Obviously, when we make DSP, there's two sides to every DSP. So we couldn't ink the same way all the way through. Otherwise, there'd be a really horrible mess. So there you go. There's your Tombow on that. And I'm going to pop it onto there, leaving my border all the way around. Just kind of finishes it off. Press it down. Okay, so now we've got, that's the base of our card. Okay, so we'll pop that to one side. The next bit we're going to do is these bits, these two bits. Okay, so we've got one bit for here and one bit for here. As you can see, my pattern follows because I cut at the top. So again, let's take our dauber and our Night of Navy ink, and I'm just inking all the way along like that, and then again at the top all the way along. Okay, and we're going to stick those bits on. So I'm going to stick the bottom one on first, the front edge. A lot of my cards at the moment are focusing on thank you, but obviously you can change any of your sentiments. But I am at the moment trying to send out 20 what I call sunshine cards every month. Just cards that say, hi, thank you for, for whatever you're doing during this, whether you're staying at home, whether you're a key worker, whether you are a dustman, a shopkeeper, whatever you do, a cleaner, whatever. If you are playing your part and doing what you've been asked to do, then I think that is really, really important. So that's, I like to send out about 30 little bits of sunshine, as I call them, every month. So I'm working through my list for this month, and they'll go at the end of the month. Right, so here we've got our Night of Navy, scored at 1 and 4. So again, we're going to mountain fold each of those like that, okay? Before I do that, I'm going to stick these bits on. So I've done that, but before I stick it on, I want to stick these on. So let's just, again, do our Night of Navy. Anybody would think I had heard elephants living upstairs. It's not, honest, I promise. Right, so just do this all the way around, all the edges. If you're not confident doing it like this, you can sponge off the edge of your paper like I showed you before. Right, that's all my edging done. So I'm going to pop that away, and I'll pop my dauber away as well. So I'm going to stick these two on. Whoops. Do you know what? I bet your postman would appreciate a card from you. Just a little card. Oh, I cut that well, look. Right, so this shows you, doesn't it, that I am only human. What to do? What to do? Right, I'm going to show you. So I am leaving that one like that. I cut the wrong length, not the right length. There you go. Really helps, doesn't it, if you read what you've written down correctly. Oh well, I'm human. So it will just be slightly shorter on the front panel than the other one. So I'm going to make sure. There we go. I've just trimmed that bit off and now it will work perfectly. Just trim that. There you go. So you can see any of us, no matter how long we've been doing this, can get it wrong. So the next thing to do is you're going to glue this tiny little back strip in a minute, and you're going to place it where you want it on your card, making sure that obviously this bit will still be able to stick. So I'm going to do this one. Maureen, did you just catch my awful mistake there? But there you go. Right, so I'm going to kind of place that one where I want it. And then stick this one, making sure it's centred and straight, because that helps. There we go. Right, so that's that one. You can see that that's now stuck. Now the trick with this is to make sure you put the glue where you need it, not where you don't need it. So if you fold the whole card like this and you grab a pencil. Now I had one handy. There we go. You grab a pencil and you very carefully do a couple of little corners like this. You can lift this up, keeping this flat. Pop your glue. Oops, don't want too much there because you don't want it coming out the edge. Pop your glue in there. Okay. Let's just take it down to that corner of it. Okay. Keeping that flat and this bit flat there and that bit bent. You can pop that down. Take any excess off. Okay. And in a minute, when I can find my glue rubber, I will rub my paper rubber. I will rub those bits off, okay? But I haven't got that to hand. In fact, I'm going to hide them anyway, so that's fine. Morning, Tracy. Right, so then your card sits up like that perfectly. Okay, so we're going to decorate it now. Now I'm kind of doing this with a man in mind because of the colours. So we've got, I totally share my toilet paper with you and our lighthouse. So I'm kind of going to do that with my card, okay? And I'm going to pop them up. So let's grab our dimensionals. No, that's not the dimensionals. I really must label these boxes. Right, let's grab our dimensionals. Pop those to one side. So the first bit I'm going to do is I'm going to do my, I totally share my toilet paper with you. Right, so, and I'm kind of working on this edge. So, and I know I want to tuck it somewhere down here. So I'm just going to keep them like that. There's lots on there, I know. I like a dimensional or 6. I'm using my pokey tool, but you could be using your take a pick, which is a brilliant tool. It's got loads of different ends with it. It's really great investment. It's in the catalogue. If you haven't got it, it's invaluable. And I normally use it, but at the moment I'm working. It's very strange. I've got my kit bag still packed for stuff that I would take out with me, and I'm also got a little bit of desk stuff as well. So I'm kind of working out of two areas. Right, there you go. I've just checked that. So we totally share our toilet paper, which I think is very cool. I'd appreciate that if I ran out. I would appreciate it if a friend truly proved to be a friend and shared their toilet paper. Right. Sorry, there's a dog out the front. That's not my dog. It's a dog out the front. Right, I'm going to slide this one in. I have to work upside down for this one. Slide this one in. Like that. Okay, so I totally share my toilet paper. I wonder how the lighthouses are getting on having toilet paper delivered. I reckon they have it in bulk. God, isn't it strange, the things that come to mind when you're doing something? Right, I'm just going to... These are my Noble Peacock rhinestones, which, as you all know, are retiring. Even for a man's card, I can't go without any bling. It's just, you know... So I'm just going to pop a couple randomly on here. So there's just a little bit of sparkle. There you go. So that is our finished card. And obviously you can write on the back. You could put a Night of Navy layer and a Whisper White layer if you wanted, which would look really cool. You could stamp a sentiment, put your greeting on it. But it folds flat, which is brilliant. And it goes in an envelope, which is even better. So I'm really, really impressed with this. This one also folds flat and goes in an envelope. So it's great. Love it. So yeah, so that's my card. Obviously, if you wanted to send it like that, you could make a box envelope and totally send it like that, which would be cool as well. So that is this morning's demonstration. I've showed you that I mess up the same as everybody else. As I would tell any of my ladies, it's not a mistake, it's an opportunity to embellish. Crafters embellish, so it's not a mistake. So there you go. So I've sorted that out. So that's two different ones. We've got a man's one and a lady's one. So there you go. There's my cards for today. Do come back and join me on Thursday when I'll have another project. I may actually do more of this one as well. I have got my box, as you know, of new stuff, and I am working on stuff from that. But I will start showing you that on the 3rd of June, because I personally think it's really unfair to show you stuff and get you really, really excited about things, and then you can't buy it and you can't play with it and you can't use it. So there's lots of bits coming up. There's lots of ideas. I'm really inspired by lots of it. I've already decided what we're doing in our May Coffee and Card Club. No, we're in May now, aren't we? Our June Coffee and Card Club. And these card clubs are going to continue until we're all able to meet again. So if you haven't already joined, it's very easy to join. Just find my Crunchy Crafts page, drop me a message, send me a personal PM. If you've got my number, drop me a text message just to say, can I be included? They're roughly £30 a month, and if there is a punch in that, then you add the price of the punch as well. It all comes delivered to you in a pizza box or cut. Any extra die cuts, so something, you know, similar to this that you needed a fancy die cut, it would be die cut. I obviously can't use this one because it's a special one, but if there was a die cut, then the die cut would be in it. If there was a punch shape, then the punch shape would be in it. So there's quite a lot of work goes into it before you get it. So yeah, if you would like to join in those, May's kit with the punch is, no, June's kit with the punch is £45. It's a brand new stamp set. I am really excited by it. It's got a punch, a shape I haven't seen, and I've been a demo for 7 years now. I'm now in my 8th year. It's a punch that I haven't seen, and I don't tend to sell my punches, so I tend to keep them. It's not a shape I've got, and I'm really excited by it. But we are also in June's kit going to be utilising the Under My Umbrella stamp set, which was May's kit, and also the special Someone stamp set from April's kit. So they're carrying on, and of course, for my friend Debbie Mackenzie and anybody else who is absolutely Christmas mad, we will be using, we will be getting a Christmas card out of June's kit. So I'm kind of doing a Christmas card every month. So you've got started, because normally I kind of start my Christmas cards in July with my girls by popular demand. Not every week, but we kind of do. So, but there you go. So yeah, oh, Baz is totally agreeing with me. with the new stuff. So yeah, I kind of don't want you to get you really excited, get your hopes up, and then have to say, well, I'm sorry, you can't order this for another fortnight. So, but there you go. So if you didn't see yesterday's sneak preview, go back onto my YouTube channel and find it. Do subscribe, share my YouTube channel far and wide, please. I really want to build up my subscribers so we can get that going. That will be fabulous. And the more I can do and the more I can share, the more hopefully I can keep you all occupied and make you feel not so isolated and alone, which is the way I'm trying to do my bit. Right, I'm going to sign off. I've been waffling for half an hour. I hope you've enjoyed this morning's card. I will see you on Thursday for another lovely make and take. In the meantime, I will sort out how to make the envelope box without using an envelope punch board, because we don't sell it anymore. And just go and have a lovely day. I hope the sun is shining where you are. You all stay safe and stay well, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye for now.